Have you ever wondered if your cat can sense bad people? This question, in its simplicity, opens up a world of intrigue and wonder. We're embarking on a journey to explore the uncanny abilities of our feline friends, specifically their supposed knack for sensing bad people. Is it fact or fiction? Let's find out. Our feline companions have been the subject of fascination and speculation for centuries. From the ancient Egyptians who worshipped them as deities, to the modern-day internet that's obsessed with their antics, cats have always held a special place in human culture. A common belief that has persisted through the ages is that cats possess an almost supernatural intuition, allowing them to sense things beyond human comprehension. And one of the most intriguing facets of this belief is the idea that cats can, somehow, sense the goodness or badness in people. But how much of this is rooted in reality? Can cats truly gauge a person's character just by being around them? Or is it all just a fanciful myth, a product of our collective love for mystery and our feline friends? In this video, we will explore these questions from different angles. We'll delve into the science of feline senses, examine the relationship between cats and human emotions, and observe how cats react to body language. We'll also analyze anecdotal evidence and scientific studies, if any, to see if there's any truth to the idea of cats being able to sense bad people. But before we delve into these intriguing aspects, it's important to remember that cats, like humans, are individuals with their own personalities and quirks. What might hold true for one cat might not necessarily apply to another. And while we're on this journey of discovery, let's not forget to respect and appreciate our feline friends for the unique creatures that they are, regardless of whether they can sense bad people or not. So, are you ready to unravel the truth? To challenge the myths and misconceptions and explore the fascinating world of feline intuition? Let's delve into the heart of this feline mystery. Cats have incredibly heightened senses, but how do these contribute to their ability to sense bad people? To begin, let's delve into the feline auditory system. Cats' ears are like finely tuned antennas, capable of hearing a wider range of frequencies than either humans or dogs. This acute hearing allows them to detect subtle changes in voice tone and volume, which can be indicative of a person's mood or intentions. Imagine the sound of a human's voice, filled with anger or malice. It's likely to be louder, sharper, and more erratic. A cat with its superior hearing can pick up on these shifts, potentially alerting them to danger. Next, let's consider their sense of sight. Cats have a unique visual system tailored for hunting in low-light conditions, but it's also highly sensitive to movement. They can detect the slightest twitch of a mouse in the undergrowth or the subtle change in a person's body language. So, if a person's movements are aggressive or threatening, cats are likely to pick up on these visual cues. But perhaps the most fascinating of all is their sense of smell. Cats have an extraordinary olfactory system that's about 14 times more sensitive than ours. They use smell to gather a wealth of information about their environment, including the presence of other animals, territorial boundaries, and yes, even humans. Some researchers suggest that cats can detect hormonal changes in humans through scent, which could potentially alert them to negative emotions or intentions. So, how does this all tie into the idea of cats sensing bad people? Well, it's all about interpreting the information gathered through their senses. If a person's voice, body language, or even smell indicates anger, fear, or malice, a cat's heightened senses could alert them to this negative energy. But it's important to note that this is largely speculative. Though there's a wealth of anecdotal evidence supporting the idea of cats sensing bad people, the scientific community is still in the early stages of understanding exactly how cats interpret and react to human emotions and intentions. Renowned animal behaviorist Dr. John Bradshaw, for instance, advises caution when interpreting cats' reactions to people. He suggests that while cats are certainly capable of picking up on human emotions, it's likely more about how those emotions affect the person's behavior, rather than the cat making moral judgments about the person's character. In essence, a cat might be more likely to avoid a person who's acting aggressively, not because they perceive that person as bad, but because their behavior is unsettling or threatening. So it seems our feline friends might be more perceptive than we initially thought. But whether they're making moral judgments or simply reacting to changes in our behavior, one thing's for certain: there's a lot more to our cat's senses than meets the eye. How does a cat's understanding of human emotions factor into their ability to sense bad people? This is a question that many cat owners and enthusiasts have pondered. Cats, like many animals, are sensitive to human emotions. They have an innate ability to pick up on changes in their owner's mood or behavior. Whether it's a change in body language, a shift in tone of voice, or even a change in our daily routine, our feline companions are often the first to notice. This emotional sensitivity isn't just limited to detecting when we're happy or sad. It also extends to sensing when we're anxious, stressed, or fearful. Cats can pick up on these subtle emotional cues and respond in kind. If you've ever noticed your cat acting strangely when you're feeling particularly tense or upset, it's not just your imagination. Your cat is responding to your emotional state. So how does this emotional sensitivity factor into a cat's ability to sense bad people? Well, it's all about energy. When someone harbors ill intentions or negative emotions, it often translates into their energy or aura. Cats, being the sensitive creatures they are, can pick up on this negative energy. For instance, let's consider a scenario where a person with malicious intent enters your home. Your cat, sensitive to the change in energy, may react by behaving differently. It may become more guarded, hiss, or even hide. This change in behavior is your cat's way of responding to the negative energy it senses. It's important to note that this isn't a foolproof method of identifying bad people. Cats can also react to other factors such as unfamiliarity or fear. However, their sensitivity to emotional changes can certainly play a part in their ability to sense people with ill intentions. In conclusion, our cats are not just adorable balls of fur that bring joy to our lives. They're also emotionally sensitive creatures that can pick up on changes in our mood and behavior. So, the next time you notice your cat acting differently around certain individuals, it might be worth paying attention to. Our furry companions are more in tune with our emotions than we might realize. Body language plays a key role in how cats interact with the world, but can it also help them sense bad people? Let's dive into the fascinating world of feline body language interpretation. Cats are incredibly adept at reading our nonverbal cues. Their keen sense of observation, honed by years of evolution, allows them to interpret even the subtlest changes in our posture, movement, and facial expressions. Consider this. When you're relaxed, your movements are fluid and easy, your posture is open, and your facial expressions are soft. Cats, being the observant creatures they are, pick up on these cues. They interpret this relaxed state as non-threatening, inviting even, and are more likely to approach you. Now let's flip the coin. When you're tense or agitated, your movements become jerky, your posture closes off, and your facial expressions harden. Cats take note of these changes too. They perceive this tense state as potentially threatening and are more likely to maintain their distance. So how does this tie into our discussion about cats sensing bad people? Well, let's delve into it. Imagine a person with bad intentions. Their body language might reflect their inner turmoil or hostility. They might exhibit signs of aggression, like clenched fists, a stiff posture, or a hard gaze. Cats, with their keen observational skills, are likely to pick up on these cues and respond accordingly, usually by keeping their distance or behaving defensively. On the other hand, someone who is kind and gentle is likely to have a calm and open body language. Cats would read these signals as non-threatening, creating an environment of trust and safety. But don't just take our word for it. Experts in feline behavior and communication support these observations. Dr. Sarah Ellis, a renowned feline behaviorist, notes that cats are highly sensitive to their surroundings and can pick up on subtle cues that we humans might miss. In her words, cats are incredibly attuned to their environment and are masters at reading body language. Moreover, a study conducted by the University of Lincoln found that cats are more likely to approach someone who is smiling and maintaining a relaxed posture than someone who is frowning and tense. This further solidifies the idea that cats can read and react to our body language. In conclusion, cats' ability to interpret human body language is quite remarkable. They pick up on our nonverbal cues, whether we're relaxed or tense, friendly or hostile, and respond accordingly. This keen observational skill might be one of the reasons cats seem to have an uncanny ability to sense bad people. Cats are skilled readers of body language, which could explain their uncanny ability to sense bad people. What happens when a cat senses a bad person? How do they react? This is a question that has intrigued cat owners and enthusiasts alike for centuries. Let's delve into this fascinating aspect of feline behavior. Cats are known for their keen instincts and intuitive nature. When they perceive someone as bad or threatening, their behavior can alter significantly. This change can manifest in a variety of ways, from subtle shifts in body language to more overt signs of discomfort or distress. One common behavior observed in cats around perceived threats is avoidance. Cats are experts at making themselves scarce when they sense something off. They might slink away to a hiding spot or simply keep their distance, observing from afar. Contrarily, some cats might display aggressive behavior. This can include hissing, growling, or even swatting. It's important to remember that this is not an act of malice, but rather a defense mechanism. Cats are solitary creatures, and their instinct is to protect themselves when they sense danger. There are also subtler signs to look out for. For instance, a cat might stop purring, their tail may puff up, or they may start grooming excessively, a behavior known as displacement grooming. This is a stress response, a way for cats to soothe their anxieties. Anecdotal evidence also suggests that cats can pick up on people's energy or emotions. They might react differently to someone who is angry or nervous compared to someone who is calm and warm-hearted. The concept of bad is subjective, and to a cat, it could simply mean someone who is unpredictable or volatile. Just as humans have varied responses to perceived threats, so do our feline companions. A cat's behavior can be influenced by a multitude of factors, including past experiences, their environment, and their individual personality. Understanding our cat's behavior can give us valuable insight into their perception of the people around them. As cat lovers, it's our responsibility to observe, understand, and respect these behaviors, creating a safe and supportive environment for our feline friends. Let's recap what we've learned about cats' ability to sense bad people. The world of feline intuition is a fascinating one, and while it may seem like the stuff of legend and lore, it turns out there's a lot of truth to these tales. Firstly, we delved into the science of feline senses. Cats possess extraordinary sensory abilities that are far superior to our own. Their keen sense of smell, for instance, allows them to pick up on subtle changes in our body odor caused by fear or stress. Similarly, their excellent hearing can detect even the slightest change in our tone of voice, cluing them into our emotional state. Next, we explored how cats understand human emotions. Contrary to what many believe, cats are not aloof or indifferent to our feelings. In fact, they are highly attuned to our emotional states and are capable of reacting to them. When we're happy, they're more likely to engage with us, and when we're upset, they might give us some space or offer comfort in their own unique ways. We also looked at body language and how cats interpret it. Cats are experts at reading body language, using it as a primary means of communication. They're quick to pick up on tension or discomfort in our movements, and they can sense when we're not being genuine. This ability to read nonverbal cues, coupled with their sensory capabilities, allows them to form a pretty accurate picture of our intentions. Lastly, we discussed cat behavior around bad people. Cats rely on their senses and their understanding of body language to assess people. If someone makes them feel uneasy, they will not hesitate to show it. A cat might hiss, growl, or simply avoid the person. It's not that they can tell if someone is morally bad, but they can certainly sense if someone is threatening or untrustworthy. In conclusion, while cats might not be able to detect bad people in the way we understand it, they are remarkably adept at picking up on negative vibes and responding accordingly. They rely on their senses and their understanding of body language to make judgments about people. And more often than not, their instincts prove to be spot on. So, while we may not fully understand the depths of their intuition, we can certainly appreciate it and learn from it. After all, cats have survived and thrived for thousands of years thanks to these instincts. It's a testament to their intelligence and adaptability. Next time your cat acts strangely around someone, remember, they might be onto something. Trust your feline friend. They've got a knack for this sort of thing. After all, there's a reason we say cats have 9 lives. Their intuition is one of their many superpowers, and it's one we can all learn from.